So welcome back students. We just finished with our video 1 and let's continue with our same lesson video 2, Fundamental Rights part 1. Now in video 2 we are going to begin again from our place where we left. So in the first video we were studying about right to freedom and we saw the 6 rights which have been mentioned over there. Freedom of speech and expression, right for assembly, peaceful assembly without arms, right to form associations or unions, right to move freely throughout the territory of India, right to settle and reside in any part of the territory of India, and right to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade or business. These are what we are going to see. So these are some pictures which I have kept for you. Freedom of religion, freedom to practice any profession or carry out any occupation or any business, whether lawyer, doctor, teacher, manager, politician, engineer. Then freedom of religion, whether you are Catholic, whether you are Muslim, you are a Hindu, you can practice any religion. Freedom of movement, everyone has a right. Freedom of movement, you can move from one place to another, from one state to another state, or even from one, you can borders, residence within the border, that is from one state, Maharashtra to Kashmir, or from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. You can move around and you can reside. Reside means you can settle in that particular borders which are for our country. Outside the country also you can travel, but as a tourist. But to settle outside our country or to visit other foreign countries, you need to follow some rules and regulation. Then there are other things which are important. Important things means regarding the freedoms which we have just studied, the freedoms. Along with this freedom, there are some important rights which are related to our life. And what are this? We all have right to live. It implies getting a guarantee to live, availability of a conducive atmosphere for living, and nobody can take away another's life. No person can be arrested and detained without any reason. What is this? This line means our constitution has given us the right to live with respect, with dignity, with honor. Okay, and this right, that is the freedom or what we call as a liberty which has been given to us by the constitution, has guaranteed us this freedom where you can speak freely, you can move about freely, you can have your education, nobody can stop you. Why these things are given? So that it provides you a security and it keeps you safe. This right help you in the society to guide and protect yourself. Now, the legal protection of this right has been given to everybody equally and nobody can deny about this legal protection. Okay, for like we all have right to live, right? Everybody has life and everybody has life to live, and nobody can take your life. That nobody can take your life, or nobody can tell you that okay, you are a girl and girls have no right to live, or you are a boy and boys have no right to live, or you are from a transgender, you have no right for education. No, everybody has a right to live with respect and dignity, unless and until you have the proper atmosphere for your living. And nobody can take away your life or another's life. For simple example, you cannot tell anybody that you are not fit to live, so just go away from your, die from your, sometimes we say this word. Nobody can say that, because our constitution, our law does not allow anyone. Even there are some laws, if you are very ill, there are some laws which have been made where the doctors at some point they give up and they become helpless because no medicines, no medication is helping a serious person, and then they are helpless, and then they tell that we are sorry, we cannot save the person. So that is another point. But there are laws where you cannot kill someone, you cannot steal anybody's property, or you cannot detain that man's life. So every person has a lawful life. So no person can be arrested and detained without any reason. Police cannot just come to your house, arrest you and take you away for no reason. If you have done any crime, if you have done any wrong thing, then only the police can come, arrest you and put you behind the bars, and then there will be a case on you. So these are laws and these are some rights which humans can fight if they have the right for it. If you are right, you can fight for it. But if you are wrong, then you have no right to fight for the wrong things. Other than that, the right to liberty, or what we call as freedom also includes the right to education. And it clearly states, the government of India has clearly said that all the children between the age group from 6 to 14 years, they have right for getting proper primary education. Sarva Shikshan Abhiyan. Okay, so Sarva Shikshan Abhiyan is one program which has been made by the government, where girls and boys equally between the age group from 6 to 14 years have the right to get proper education. So these are your fundamental rights for which you have to fight. Okay, so are you clear till here? The right to the freedom. The next important right, the third right, the last right of this lesson, right against exploitation. Exploitation means to make wrong use of something. Okay, now what is right against exploitation? Right against exploitation is one of the fundamental rights of citizens of India, which prohibits all forms of forced labor, child labor and traffic in human beings. Prohibits means it says no. Okay, prohibits means no. In all forms of forced labor, no one can force you to work if you are not ready to do that work. So forced labor. Child labor means children below the age, that is same from 6 to 14 years of age. If these children are 16 till the age of 16, if the children are found working in factories or in hotels or in any other places, then it is considered as a crime, and the police can come and arrest you if you have child labor. Okay, unless and until if the child or the person is working with his own will. So these are some exploitation which the Constitution prohibits, says no to it. Now, right against exploitation, which are given in the articles in our Constitution, in the Book of Law, Article 23 and 24 provides two provisions. Which are those? First, namely the prohibition of trafficking in human beings and beggars, that is forced labor. Many a time you must have seen on the signals and all, you must have seen some beggars whose hands are broken, whose eyes are not there, legs are not there. They have been forced for begging. So this is during that area. These are forced laborers who are been told to do such type of work. And second important thing is abolition of employment of children below the age of 14 years in any dangerous jobs like factories and mines. Okay, let us see what are this. Here are some pictures of exploitation. What exploitation exactly means? Exploitation includes bonded labor. Bonded means you bandhan. Many a times in our houses we have some child labor, or you must have seen hotels where children work, they wash utensils and all. You must have seen many a time children selling newspapers, or children selling different artificial things, right? During Diwali time, during Christmas time. Now what is this? Now these are the people, sometimes for some or the other reason, that is either due to slavery, either due to poverty, poverty, or either due to their parents who are illiterate, or they are not able to understand what exactly education like means. These parents force these children to do such type of work. They work in factories, they work in mines. Okay, so somebody forces them to work. So exploitation includes bonded labor or forcing someone to work against his or her wish, treating someone like a slave, denying them legitimate. Now what is the meaning of slave and legitimate? Slave means a person who is the legal property of another and is forced to obey. Means aap mere das ho, sevak ho, that is a slave. You are a labor, bonded labor. You are forced to do that work because somebody is paying you for that. Okay, legitimate means conforming to the law or to the rules. Means you have to obey and order those laws and rules which have been given to you. And compensation compensation means something, typically like money is been paid or awarded to someone if you do some work or in recognition of law. Suppose if you are working in some factory and for a purpose, you are a laborer over there, and while working in the machine or something you lose your fingers or you lose your hand, then the company owner has to compensate. He has to pay you for that loss, because Your fingers are gone, you cannot do some work. Either you may lose your job. So it has to be compensated. Okay. So this type of things which are there, these are exploitations which are taking, making them to do excessive or strenuous work. Some people have been forced. If the job timing is only of 8 hours, but the work, the owners or the people who are the working in that particular firm, they are forced to work for 11 hours and 12 hours a day, but they are not being paid properly. So their ill treatment is been given to them. That is called as the exploitation. Okay. Now think about it. Now what is this? Let us understand. This is on your page number 78. Now there are some rights supplementary to the right to life. For example, nobody can be punished twice for the same offense. Offense means crime. Now, let me give a simple example. Now, suppose if I have done a crime, if I have done something wrong by, say, killing someone. If I have killed one person, the law will punish me for that crime. If I have killed 2 or 3 persons, the law will punish me only once for that same crime. The law cannot punish me for making 2 to 3 offense again and again, and then so nobody can punish twice for the same offense. Okay, so before being punished, the allegations against a person have to be proved. Means before giving any punishment, or even if you have done something wrong. Let's take a simple example from the school. Suppose if you have not done the homework, the teacher will not directly give you a remark, or the teacher may not tell you or punish you directly. But first the teacher will ask you why the homework is not done. If the reason given by you is genuine, then the teacher will say, okay, see that next time you don't repeat this, please do your homework and show me again. Or if the teacher feels that no, the reason what you are given is wrong, the teacher may give you some punishment. She may tell you that, okay, today itself before going home, write this homework and show me, or write the same word 5 times and show me. Some adjustments are being done. So you have to prove, allegations means you have to prove that you have not done the crime. The court have to perform this task. The court plays an important role in giving you the punishment. Okay, laws are very important. So court plays a very important role. The police collect evidence against the accused and put up the case in the court. Accused means the person who has conducted a crime. If a person accepts that he has committed a crime, he is not punished immediately. Definitely, police will not arrest and take them and put them behind the bar. But immediately, they will not give them that severe punishment. A case will be registered in the court, and every time the police has to take that accused person to the court, and unless and until the court guarantees or the courts declare that yes, he is a criminal, or he has to be put to jail behind the bars for 10 years or 8 years, or he has to be hanged to death, then only he will be considered for that. Okay, so the allegation have to be proved legally, and this judicial process takes time, but it is necessary so that an innocent person does not get punished. This process of putting a case or forming a case in the court of law is important, because otherwise if the police catches and gives punishment directly, many a times it may happen that an innocent person, means a person who has not done any crime, may also wrongly get suffered for his crime. Okay, this is what it's a simple thing which is related with what we have studied about right against exploitation. Okay, now these are some examples given to you, which is again on your page number 78. Let us understand and let us see what are the answers about A, B and C. What type of freedoms can we connect this? A established Adivasi Cooperation Forum to solve the problems of the tribal people. So he started with an organization. So he started with some organization so that he can help the Adivasis or the tribal people. So which type of freedom or which type of association can you relate it? Can you guess it? Okay, let me see. Right. Freedom of association, forming unions, associations or group peacefully. B decides to move his father's bakery production from Goa to Maharashtra. That is, he is moving from one place to another place. So what it is? Freedom of movement. And C found some lacuna, some fault in the new tax policy of the government, and so he writes to it in the newspaper. It is about freedom of speech and expression. With this, we come to the end of our lesson.